Hello, my name is Anthony Wilson. Today is August 18th, 2023. The story you are about to hear is about as surreal as any story you have ever heard in your life. If you thought the Johnny Depp Amber Heard story was interesting, just wait until you hear this one. What has happened to me for the past 11 years, day in and day out, has been nothing short of criminal, with multiple bad players involved, including, allegedly, New York State Suffolk County Police Department, specifically the Sex Crimes Division. This is the first video out of a series of videos whereby today I am summarizing events that have transpired over the past 11 years. However, in future videos soon to be released, I will go into much more detail about every major thing stated in this first video, and much more. My background is that I have a bachelor's degree from Cornell University in the Nutritional Sciences and a master's degree in sports psychology from Ithaca College. I have been a registered dietitian for the past 17 years in the United States, a former certified personal trainer, and am also what is commonly referred to as a sports psychologist. I was a college student for almost 13 years in a row, full-time for about 9 of them. 11 years ago, the Suffolk County Police Department of New York allegedly started investigating me, and in the process allegedly violated my civil rights repeatedly and quite egregiously, despite not having any real evidence to support the reason or reasons why they were investigating me in the first place. All that they likely have gathered over the past 11 years have been false or exaggerated stories from some very disturbed and short-sighted individuals, whom I will describe in detail later. Regarding my allegations against the Suffolk County Police Department, such as how they violated my civil rights exactly, I will describe that in detail later as well. About 1.5 years after allegedly being targeted by the Suffolk County Police Department, whereby they found nothing because there was nothing to find, they still kept investigating me and allegedly kept violating my civil rights. So at that point, I decided to reach out to the governor of New York State to blow the whistle on what they were doing to me. So starting 9 years ago, I wrote my first letter to the former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, whereby I described the alleged illegal activities the Suffolk County Police Department were allegedly engaging in against me. Subsequently, I asked him for his help, specifically opening an investigation into these individuals whom I describe as corrupt imbeciles, mainly referring to a handful of detectives allegedly involved with running and orchestrating this sham corrupt investigation. Even though I wrote at least 6 letters to Governor Cuomo over the course of 6 to 7 years, about 1 per year, and besides asking him to open an investigation, a number of years later I also asked to meet with him in person. But unfortunately, I never heard back from him or his office regarding either matter. Literally, one statement that I made to Governor Cuomo in my first letter to him regarding the individuals running this ludicrous investigation was, and I quote, "They are running east looking for a sunset." And almost 10 years after I wrote that first letter, they are still running east looking for a sunset, and still cannot figure out why they cannot find one. After initially writing to Governor Cuomo, I wrote to the ACLU, which is the American Civil Liberties Union, and also to numerous civil rights attorneys, once again describing the illegal activities the Suffolk County Police Department were allegedly engaging in against me. And once again, I did not hear back from anyone as well. Additionally, I asked my biological father, who had been an attorney with over 50 years of experience, to go with me to the Suffolk County Police Department and voluntarily ask the corrupt imbeciles what they were hoping to find while investigating me and why. I certainly was not going to speak with them without an attorney present, and when this individual declined, given that I could not afford to hire an attorney, I decided I would not volunteer to speak with them alone, so I did not go and speak with them and have never regretted that decision. That was around 2014, and after not getting any help from anyone for the next 6 years, I continued to write to Governor Cuomo once again, not hearing back from him, while the corrupt imbeciles allegedly continued investigating me and allegedly violating my civil rights. Then in May of 2021, during the current Biden administration, I wrote to the White House, specifically to the newly appointed Attorney General of the Civil Rights Division at the Department of Justice, Ms. Kristen Clark. Once again, I described the illegal activities allegedly being committed against me by the Suffolk County Police Department Sex Crimes Division. I asked to speak with her in regards to opening a federal investigation into this agency, and as you might have imagined, I did not hear back from her or anyone from the Department of Justice. And recently, about 2 years after writing to Ms. Clark at the Department of Justice, I wrote directly to President Biden, asking him for his help as well, summarizing for him the civil rights violations I have endured and the crimes the Suffolk County Police Department have allegedly been engaging in against me for the past 11 years, and how I considered their alleged illegal activities as corruption, not to mention their utter incompetence, hence the term the corrupt imbeciles. As such, I asked him to open a federal investigation into the heinous things the Suffolk County Police Department had allegedly done to me. I outlined for President Biden just some of the many things that I allege they have done, whether it was someone employed by the Suffolk County Police Department like an undercover detective, or one of their many informants and helpers. Some of those alleged things are as follows. Number one, massive slander to employers, potential employers, citizens, acquaintances, and every single law enforcement agency in every town that I have lived in outside of the United States, such as in the countries Ukraine, Poland, Georgia, Moldova, and Romania. Number two, gross sexual assault by a coworker named David at Friendly's Restaurant in East Islip, New York. Number three, physical assault and bodily harm. Number four, sexual harassment dozens of times in and out of the United States. Number five, attempted entrapment with young girls and also men, many times and in multiple ways. Number six, harassment by local law enforcement outside of the United States. Number seven, massive denial of service attacks, DoD attacks, to my home computer network for the purpose of shutting it down. Number eight, recruiting my deplorable, despicable sibling, whom, allegedly, went on to create completely fabricated and despicable stories and accusations about me, including, allegedly, fabricating a story about me being attracted to her daughter, someone I have never been attracted to for even 1 second of my entire life, as well as her allegedly filing 2 false police reports against me. Number 9, telling people that I am a thief, when in actuality I am one of the most honest people you will ever meet in your entire life. Number 10, my business website being hacked. And number 11, putting a GPS on my car and following me everywhere 24/7. I explained to President Biden how the Suffolk County Police Department allegedly recruited law enforcement agencies from other countries to assist them, which resulted in the Suffolk County Police Department obtaining my IP address for my internet connection, which allowed them, the Suffolk County Police Department, to remotely hack into my network and onto my computer, relatively easily and quickly. This has been the reason why I have not been able to work for the past 2.5 years while I have been out of the United States. One of the biggest goals of the Suffolk County Police Department, allegedly, has been to get me to become penniless. and this is one of the biggest reasons they allegedly hack onto my computer network, so as to prevent me from working and making money. I went on to inform President Biden that as far as individual citizens and employers and potential employers go, I allege that the Suffolk County Police Department also threatened some of them, whereby the Suffolk County Police Department allegedly told them something to the effect of, if they had any further contact with me, as well as hired me if they were a potential employer, that they would leverage information that they knew about them and use it against them. For instance, one employer who had just hired me for a relatively high-paying position, whereby I was going to be a registered dietitian for them, and also on their board of directors, while I was speaking with the human resource manager on the phone, whereby she was welcoming me on board the team, she said something that could easily have been interpreted as potentially illegal business conduct. And the Suffolk County Police Department likely heard them, likely were recording us, and then allegedly contacted them immediately and threatened them with legal consequences should they hire me. Consequently, the company stopped communicating with me, starting the following day, despite me calling and emailing them many times. Additionally, the HR manager, who had always answered my calls previously, every single time, now would not pick up when I called, not even once more. The Suffolk County Police Department also allegedly contacted numerous employers where I was working, and allegedly slandered my name to them as well, thus creating an uncomfortable situation at numerous places where I eventually lost numerous jobs. While the Suffolk County Police Department allegedly slandered my name relentlessly, they allegedly took the standpoint of saying some of the most heinous things you could possibly say about anyone, all without a shred of evidence to back up any of their alleged false accusations. Additionally, I informed President Biden that throughout 11 full years of investigating me, whereby I was in the USA for 8.5 of them, the Suffolk County Police Department was never able to get a search warrant to come to where I was living and confiscate my computers and hard drives, despite allegedly stating to people that I am a threat to basically everyone, but especially vulnerable people, such as the elderly, the young, and teenagers. One of their biggest claims is that I want to date teenagers or run around having romantic relations with them, despite the inconvenient reality that I have never asked out anyone 21 years of age or younger since I was 21 years of age, and that I have never asked anyone 21 years of age or younger to do anything romantically with me, not since I was 21 years of age myself. And this is despite numerous teenagers wanting to sleep with me over the last 20 years. If for some reason any law enforcement agency in the United States feels that anyone is or might be a sexual deviant, the number one thing they want to do, without question, is confiscate their computers and hard drives, as that is almost always where the evidence is, assuming there actually is evidence. Despite being on my computers and cell phones for hundreds of hours, if not more, they were never able to get one piece of evidence against me to present to a New York judge that would get them the search warrant they desperately longed for over an 8.5-year period of time. Yes, 8.5 years. If you are wondering why would the Suffolk County Police Department think I would be interested in dating a teenager, my number one guess is that it has a lot to do with what a teenage girl, whom I will refer to for the time being as E, may have said to them about me, despite me never having spoken even once to this girl, not even once, and having no physical contact in any way before this investigation began. Truly, she plays an important role in this sham Corrupt Investigation, and I will discuss her a lot more later on. The second part of my guess is that a woman, whom I will refer to as the very charming psychopath Heidi, someone who I feel very strongly suffers from antisocial personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder, two clinical personality disorders, allegedly contacted the Suffolk County Police Department, spreading lies about me. I worked with this woman for about a year, and after I resigned my registered dietitian position, she went berserk with attempts at revenge. I will discuss her in great detail later as well. Another allegation that I made to President Biden regarding the corrupt imbeciles was that they have allegedly stated to many law enforcement agencies and their helpers and informants helping them with their investigation is that they are 100% sure that I am gay or sexually attracted to men, as they have allegedly, and to the current day, thrown so many men at me who pretend to be gay or sexually interested in me, hoping that I will do or say something to these individuals so as to prove the Suffolk County Police Department's alleged ignorant thoughts that I am gay and or sexually attracted to men. Speaking from a realistic standpoint, I am not gay. I have never been gay or sexually attracted to men, despite over the years numerous men being interested in me, truly. However, for many years, and especially at Cornell University, I had numerous acquaintances, whom were gay or bisexual, as well as my gay best friend, Professor Dr. Betty Lewis. So basically, everything that the alleged corrupt imbeciles have allegedly said about me is the complete opposite of reality, which is exactly why they have never been able to come up with a shred of evidence to be able to get a search warrant, as they quite desperately wanted to, and that goes without question, truly. Supposedly, they have felt that they have had the right to commit all of these civil rights violations against me that they allegedly have, despite not ever having had any evidence for the past 11 years. Someone or multiple people within the Suffolk County Police Department have allowed this investigation to continue for 11 years, while in the process almost definitely spending millions, yes, millions of dollars investigating me. I informed President Biden that not only has the Suffolk County Police Department never arrested me, never, but also that they have never spoken to me, not even once, about the allegations that they have allegedly and falsely stated to other people about me. Yes, you heard correctly. They started an investigation, never having asked me anything about what other people likely stated to them about me. And worse than that, as their initial investigation continued, they still never spoke to me, which seems somewhat unwise given that they spent so many hours initially investigating me without any success. 11 years, likely millions of dollars later, and the alleged corrupt imbeciles never once spoke to me. Interestingly, I know someone who knows someone who works at the FBI, and that person stated, that works at the FBI, that if it was the FBI whom were investigating me, that they would have come and directly spoken with me, instead of playing this game of cat and mouse. I think it is fair to say that the Suffolk County Police Department, the Sex Crimes Division, are the ones behind the sham corrupt investigation that has ruined my life for the past 11 years, ruined my professional reputation, ruined my numerous careers, and likely cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process. Despite everything that I told President Biden, as you may have guessed, I did not hear back from him or anyone from the White House. No surprise there. I can understand what is likely his viewpoint. If he helps me and then I publish the book that I have written about this investigation, thereby letting everyone know that he helped me, then the White House will end up getting thousands of letters whereby people are asking him directly for help with local law enforcement. However, on the other hand, I felt and still feel that given how long this investigation has been continuing, as well as the egregious, alleged, illegal nature of what has transpired, that the federal government should investigate the subdivision of the Suffolk County Police Department, that being, allegedly, the Sex Crimes Division. And I still believe this. Right now, day to day, it is very difficult for me, because the Suffolk County Police Department allegedly have the local law enforcement here in Poland, where I am right now, keeping track of my every movement. The problem with this is that if I want to use the internet privately, it is very difficult to do so without risking the police getting onto one of my tablets or computers, as they are already on my other tablet. I have lost about $10,000 from infected smartphones and tablets during this investigation, and I know how easy it is for them to get onto someone's device. All they need is to be relatively close to the device, and they can easily pick up the phone number to the device or another identifier. Literally, it's like a cat and mouse game whereby I have to try to give them the slip so I can use the internet without them getting onto my device. And it is not as easy as it sounds, trust me. Things are really difficult for me right now. I am very, very stressed. And the Suffolk County Police Department are allegedly doing everything they can to prevent me from getting my story out, truly. In future videos, I will be reading the letters that I sent to former New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo, the Department of Justice, and President Biden. Please note, and this is extremely important, that in the two letters that I wrote to the White House, both to the Department of Justice and also to the President himself, I offered to come to the White House and take a lie detector test for all of the negative things the Suffolk County Police Department have allegedly stated about me. Yes, all of them. And to take the test as many times as they would like. Now I would like to ask you for your help. I am hoping that this first video will get at least 100,000 views. And if anyone would like to make a TikTok video about it, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. The second video will be out very soon. So please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be notified as soon as the next video is posted. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.